my mic. Is it here?
Madam Josephine, I don't want to see your face. Close your video. Close your video. Close your video. Fine. So last week when that was when now. That should be Sunday. We looked at methods of for culture, for learning about culture. We talk about ethnography, which has to do with field work, going to the field, trying to stay there rather than just interviewing few people. If you really want to know about people culture, you conduct ethnographical studies. And we also talk about ethnological study, which has to do with when you are trying to do comparison of what cultures are in different societies. That is what we call ethnological study. It's different from ethnographical studies. Although when you are talking about ethnological study, you may have to rely on what previous ethnologies or previous ethnographers did for you to do your comparison. What came to mind when we are talking about is the study that was conducted by Milidoken on suicide. He leveraged on secondary data. And when you are doing ethnological study, you also leverage on secondary data for you to do the comparison between or among different cultures. And we also look at different, another method, which is participant observation. I remember I said participant observation simply means that the researcher is part of what he is studying. I'm not saying you should go and participate in armed robbery and say you are doing research. Police won't listen to that. But you are conducting research and you participated in it, and for you to have the first-hand information for your research. So that's what we call participant observation. And under participant observation, like I said to us last week, that is also divided into two. We have what we call covert participant observation and overt participant observation. Covert participant observation simply means that the researcher is participating and people are not aware that he is a researcher. That's why it is called covert. It is covert. People are not aware. That's why it is called covert participant observation. We can as well have what we call overt participant observation. You are participating as a researcher and people are aware that you are a researcher. That's why it's called overt, open. It is open, it is not closed. Unlike covert, that is covered that people are not aware of it. Do you understand that? Talking about participant observation, that is, you as a researcher, you participate in your study. People may know that you are a researcher, and in other case, people may not know that you are a researcher. But when people are not aware of you as a researcher, there you can get, reliable data that people, human beings were fond of being, what is it called now? We can pretend, we are full of pretense. The moment they are aware that you are a researcher, they begin to put up, fake behavior that is not their real behavior. It is only when you are in natural sciences that you don't have issue with your study matter. That is, you are studying water, you are studying tree, they can't pretend. They remain what they are when Christ will come. But human beings, you can, pretense can come in. So that is why we consider overt participant observation as not all that good in research. because you are not going to get the true picture and the true color of the people you are studying. You understand the difference between overt and covert participant observation? Do we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So that is on that on participant observation. You participate in it. You are taking part in it. So the rest is story. Then we also look at ideal, actual, and believed behavior. We talk about that. That ideal is what ought to be. Ideal situation. You must have used the word before. Ideally, I believe you must have used that word. Ideally. What you mean by saying ideally, you are saying that the most perfect way, although ideally I shouldn't have come. That is the most perfect way for me is not to have come. But really, I'm here. So ideal talks about the ideal behavior, what will be considered as the most perfect behavior. So you are talking about ideal, what ought to be, actual, what is on ground, what we are seeing is the actual behavior, or what we call the real behavior. It is called the actual, it's called the real and ideal behavior. And we also talk about belief behavior. This talks about the individual perception about what they are doing. Like the example we used last week, that most men in the Northern America, if you ask them, they will say they do almost 70% of the house chores or the work in the house. Not that they are lying, but they just perceive that what I'm doing in the house is almost 70%. You get it. It's not their lying, but it was their perception. But by the time you sit down to check what is going on at home in the house chores and how it is being divided or how it is being shared, you will discover that what they claim, the 70% they claim is not true. So that talks about the ideal, the actual, and the real behavior. Do we understand that? Hello, somebody in the house, do we understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ideal, okay, ideal, real, and the actual behavior. Thank you so much. Then we also look at gathering of data. Gathering data about culture. You know, when you're talking about gathering data, data can be divided, you know, when you're talking about data, you have qualitative data, quantitative data. We're not talking about that here now. We're talking about how to divide your population. We're talking about population sample. Population sample. In most ethnographic field work, only a portion of the whole society is actually studied intensively. Can somebody give me a reason for that? Can somebody give me a reason for that? In most ethnographic field work, only a few of the whole society is actually studied intensively. Can somebody help me out why that is the case? Somebody should just help me. Just tell me, give me your idea. Why is it like that? Smith, Smith, can you be of help?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Big Daddy, can you help us out? Otone, Joyce, can you be of help? Joyce, can you be of help? Joyce, not
The lecture is going on.
Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Smith said his slide is not rotating. Is that what he said? Ask me. What did you mean by that?
Like, the right, I'm not seeing if I place my phone. I want to slide it, like bend so that I will see it very well.
Okay.
It's not doing.
Please, sir. Please, sir. I don't understand you.
What is it that you don't understand, Madam Josephine?
Please, I miss you since I'm searching for network before getting.
But that is
now.
not my fault now, Madam Josephine.
Please, it's on the ground. Sorry, sir.
It's not my fault now.
It's not your fault.
Smith,
Yes, sir.
Smith, can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
go? Can you may need to change the setting on your phone to allow rotation. You know where to look for rotation. If you click rotation, it returns as you place down your phone. You may need to do that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Get that? Then am I sharing are you seeing my
No.
on my slide?
No,
sir.
I'm not sharing it again. Okay. Let me just go back. Are you with me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So like I said, I made a statement. I said in most ethnographic field work, only a portion of the whole society is actually studied intensively. And I was saying to us that because ethnographic study is an example of qualitative research method in which you don't make generalization. Your interpretation and your conclusion is only based on the few number of people that you have studied. Unlike when you have a quantitative study, when you can administer questionnaire to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, they can even fill online questionnaire where you can cover close to 5,000 people in a particular area. With that, you can make generalization. You can, when you have a population of 1,000 and you have a 30% of that population studied, you can make generalization that the people, whatever results you arrive at from that 300 people you study, you can make generalization because that is a quantitative study. But when it comes to qualitative studies, you only limit your results and your whatever you are going to say to those few people you have studied. And another thing is because qualitative study, like ethnographical study, takes time. It takes longer time than quantitative study. With qualitative study, you are going to have in-depth understanding of the people you are studying. That is why qualitative study, we were told that it has what we call toad eye. Toad, toad now, toad and frog. It has toad eye, that the eyes is very close to the ground. It can see everything around it. Why quantitative method has what we call eagle eyes. It can see from afar. It can see a wide, area from afar, but it cannot tell you the nitty-gritty of what is happening on the ground. So with quantitative method, it only works superficially, just scratch the surface, of what you are studying. But when you embark on qualitative study, like ethnographical study or field work, you are going to have deep or deeper knowledge of what you are going to study. So that is why, because it takes time and it's expensive, you don't study a large number of people when it comes to ethnographical study, and you limit your findings to the people you have studied. You don't make generalization. Do we understand that? Do we understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you so much. So let's continue, please. So I said, due to the practical impossibility of observing and talking at length with everyone, it has been explained to us there, only a sample of the community is selected. If the sample of people is chosen carefully, there is an expectation that it will be representative of the entire community. This one now, ethnographical study is a qualitative study. And when you are talking about selection of people, we have what we call probability sampling, and we have what we call non-probability sampling. I take it again. We have what is called probability sampling, and we also have what is called non-probability sampling. Sampling is different from sample. Sampling is different from what? Sample. Sampling is a way of selecting your sample. And there are different methods of selecting your sample. One of them is what we call probability sampling, and the other one is non-probability sampling. Under each of them, they have methods. When we talk about probability sampling, is a kind of method that gives every individual in that society equal opportunity of being selected in your sample. Like I said, sampling are method of selecting your sample. And you have what we call probability sampling and what we call non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling does not give every member of that society equal opportunity of being selected in your sample. Let me bring one probability sampling here. You know what we call ballot box? Sorry. What is it called now? Lottery box. Have you seen lottery before?
Yes, sir.
That they will have so much either names or objects, and they will be rolling it, especially those of you who have played something lottery, all these lottery what now? That you buy ticket, they will ask you to buy ticket. Raffle draw, thank you. Like this raffle draw. You know, when you buy that ticket, the second part of that ticket contain all your information. Contain the number you are holding. It is all those second part of it that they will now pour inside that raffle drum or whatever it is container. If 5,000 people bought their raffle ticket, the duplicate of the ticket they were given, all the 5,000 will be in that container. So that simply means everybody has equal opportunity of being selected. Though we need only 100 people. By the time they roll, they will call somebody, they can even call a child. Dip your hand inside and pick just one. That is an example of probability sampling. Because it was not preempted, it was not, planned, anybody could be picked. So it has given equal opportunity to everybody. It's like a game of chance. But everybody has equal opportunity of being selected. That's why it is called probability sampling. Unlike what you use your subjective wisdom, what we are saying here is that probability sampling is subjective. Why not probability sampling is subjective? The researcher uses his own, discretion to select the people by himself. So it does not give equal opportunity to everybody to be selected in that sample. So that is just that. Gathering data about culture. You can use probability sampling, giving everybody equal opportunity of being selected, or you can use not probability sampling, but you must indicate the method that you adopted in collecting your data. Do you understand that? Hello?
Sir, please explain it again.
Now, I said sampling is different from sample. For you to select your sample size, okay, let's say, okay, we have a population. You select your sample from your population. We are not talking about the population of Nigeria. For example, if you go to any institution, the total number of staff there, as far as that company is concerned, is their population. But because of the largeness of the population, you need a sample that will represent the entire population. Then how will you select your sample? You need what we call sampling. We need what we call what? Sampling. It is sampling that you will use to choose your sample size. And this sampling is divided into two, what we call probability sampling and non-probability sampling. We say probability sampling give everybody equal opportunity of being selected in a sample. Remember, you use sampling to select samples. The spelling of that sampling is when you are spelling sample, instead of you to say LE, after L you have ING, sampling. You get it? So for you to select your sample, you will use sampling to select it. So which sampling method are you using? Is it a probability sampling or non-probability sampling? If you are adopting probability sampling, it then means that you are giving equal opportunity to everybody to be selected in your sample. When you adopt non-probability sampling, it then means that everybody is not having equal opportunity of being selected. Maybe you just say, you come and join, you come and join, not considering the population and the distribution of the population in that society. So everybody is not given equal opportunity of being selected. And I gave an example of this ballot, raffle draw. Do you know what is called raffle draw? Hello? Do you know what is called raffle draw?
I can say I can say that raffle draw is where they write something like alphabet or something in a paper. Wrap them in many pieces and put it inside a box in which anybody can pick. If the person pick what is needed, the person become among. If the person pick what is not needed, the person become out of the selection. Am I getting it correct?
Madam Josephine, you have done wonderfully well. You have done wonderfully well.
Thank you, sir.
Did you understand that explanation? That is another method. That one is not raffle draw, Madam Josephine. What you have said is also an example of probability sampling. But that one is called, what do we call it in you and now in school now? Balloting. I could remember in my school then during my undergraduate days, in my hostel, I was in Obafemi Awolowo Hall in West of Ibadan. And it happens in other halls of residence in the school. Because we have more students than the number of bed spaces available. So just for the hostels, administrators, the all wardens and the all masters to be, to clear themselves from being biased, they will tell you students that you'll be balloting. And in that balloting, let's assume that we have 50 bed spaces and we have 100 students. that are fighting for those 50 best places. What they will do is that they will write 50 years, like what Madame Josephine said. They will write 50 years and round the paper, like squeeze the paper, and they will write 50 no. Container, and they will shade together. Can anybody tell me that that system is biased? Hello, is that system biased? That method, is it biased?
No, not
No.
at all.
So
It is not
that is what is meant. They give everybody equal opportunity of being selected. So whatever you pick, you will say anybody pick for you. And at the end of the day, you will see that 50 will pick no and 50 will pick yes. So that is ballot method. And we also have what we call raffle draw method, whereby, you know, when people buy raffle draw, the duplicate of their ticket will be put inside that raffle container, and they will roll it and roll it and roll it. It's similar to what we call ballot. You just speak. So you won't say anybody did not like your face. That was how the person gave you no. Because you will still see somebody there that will be jubilating. Hey, I pick yes. Hey, I pick yes. By the time you count the number of people that pick yes and the number of people that pick no, you say that they are 50-50, and that gives you 100. So that means that everybody was given equal opportunity of being selected. Do we understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I said this is referred to as probability sample. That is a sample that has a high probability of reflecting the entire population. It reflects everybody. And whatever conclusion you make from that sample is representing that population where you came from. Is representing that population where you came from. This is common with quantitative study. But qualitative study, you limit your comments and your conclusion to the few people you have studied. That is just that. Choosing who will be in the sample can be difficult. Choosing who can be in the sample can be very difficult, especially at the beginning of a research project. When the first contacts are made and the composition of the society and its called for one of the three methods or three types of probability sample. We have random, we have stratified, and we have judgmental or judgment sample. Random is one in which people are selected on a totally random, unbiased basis. Random. You are not biased. You pick yes, you pick no. That's a simple random, selection. Simple random selection. This can be accomplished by assigning a number to everyone. Like I said, that of the what did I call it now? That of the raffle draw. Everybody has a number. The duplicate of your number is what is poured inside that container. You get as a number. For example, if you need a population, if you need a sample size of 100, that will mean that the first 100 people that were picked are the people that will be part of the sample. That will be part of the sample that will represent the entire population. That's the meaning. There's only those who are picked, only those who, the first 100 that were picked, will be part of the sample that will represent the entire population. So with that, nobody will tell you that you are biased. Nobody will tell you that you didn't want to see their face or their faces. So like we said, a random sample is one in which people are selected on a totally random, unbiased basis. This can be accomplished by assigning a number to everyone in a community and then letting a computer generate a series of random numbers. If 10% sample is needed, then the first 10% of the random number will be indicated who will be the focus of the research. So everybody has been given a number, and this one is using, it's not using a manual. We are using computer here, but it is done manually, and it can also be done, using computer. You can computerize it. So we just input the number, and the first 10% number the computer generate, that will make up the sample for that study. And those are the people that will represent the entire community in that research. This sampling approach is reasonable for ethnographic research only when there does not seem to be much difference between the people in the population. That is talking about when the population, you do that when the population is homogeneous. When the population is homogeneous, that is, they are similar, everybody in the society, they are more or less the same. You get it? Unlike when you have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, Ibibio, that is heterogeneous population. And in dealing with heterogeneous population, what you'll be using is what we call stratified sampling. Stratified sampling. You first of all stratify that population. Let's say, okay, we have a population of 100. We have a population of 100. We have Yoruba to be 40. We have Igbo to be 30. And we have Hausa to be 30. That is a population of 100. And we need a sample size of 20. Are you getting my point? We need a sample size of 20. If you fail to stratify them into different homogeneous groups, it could be possible that the whole 20 we are going to pick will be Igbo. Or we will pick 15 Igbos, 3 Yorubas, and 2 Hausa. But the first thing you need to do in that case is to know what is the percentage of the Yoruba in that population. The percentage is 40%. The percentage of Igbo is 30%. And the percentage of Hausa is 30%. You have now stratified them based on their ethnicity. You can stratify based on different things. You can stratify based on religion. You can stratify based on age, adult, teenagers. You can stratify based on jobs, white-collar jobs and blue-collar jobs. Just to make sure that you give equal opportunity to everybody or every member of that community or that population. So after stratifying them into their different ethnic groups, you've discovered that you have 40, 30, 30. And you need a sample size of 20. Like I said, the 20 might come even from the Yorubas, and other people will not be given equal opportunity of being selected in that sample. So what do? We stratify them into 40, into these different groups, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. And what is the 20%? So no. The Yoruba is 40% of the population, Hausa is 30%, Igbo is 30%. And we need a sample size of 20. Then what will be the 40% of 20? That's the first thing you need to know. What is the 40% of 20? What will that give you? Huh? 40% of 20. Who can tell me 40% of 20 is what? Work it out, please. What is the 40% of 20? Anybody?
8. 8,
Thank
sir.
you. 8. Thank you so much. So by the time you have stratified your sampling, your population, you know stratify means to group people into their homogeneous group. And in this case, we are stratifying them based on their ethnicity. So you have 3 strata. Am I correct? You have 3 strata. From each stratum, you know what you are going to get. So from 40, which is the 40% of the population, and we are going to have 40% of that sample size. That means from among the 40 Yorubas, you need just 8 people. Then from the 30% of the Igbos, you will need what? Who can help us out? What do you need? What is the 30% of 20? 30% of 20 is what? Are we still together? 30%
Yes,
of 20 is what?
6.5.
You said what?
6.5. 6.
It's not possible. It's 6. Thank you, sir.
That-
It's 6. So since we are going to have 6 for both Igbo and Hausa, if you add them together, what are you going to get? 8 plus 6 plus 6. 8 plus 6 plus 6 will give you what?
8. 6 plus 8 is 22.
23,
It can't
sir.
be 22. It's 20.
20, sir.
Where do you see 23? So that has given you the sample size you need. Who is that?
It is 22. It's 22, sir. 6
It's
plus
not
6.
22. 6 plus 6
Okay.
is 12. Plus 8, 20. So with that, you have gotten your sample size of 20 without being biased. Because the number of the Yoruba, the percentage of Yoruba must be the same percentage in your sample size. If you say, okay, you have 7 Yorubas, you have 7 Igbos, and you have 6 Hausas, that sample is not representative. It's not the true representation of your population. So when you come to stratify sampling, the first thing you will do is to stratify your population into different homogeneous groups. So from that group now, you can now use your random sampling. Hello?
We are hearing you, sir.
We are hearing you, sir.
So you can now use your random sampling of ballot or what's it called, ballot system, method, or what the other one I said, raffle draw method, just for you to select 8, 6, and 6 for other people. So do you understand stratified sampling?
Please, that wrapping method, is it? Please, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that wrapping method.
I didn't say rapid, I said random sampling. Random sampling.
It's not random. The second one, the one that you compare it with the balloting. That's I don't know what you call it.
Is it raffle draw? Raffle draw. Is it the raffle draw I mentioned? Madam Josephine.
Yes, sir. It is raffle draw.
Is it the raffle draw?
Yes, sir. I didn't understand it,
Okay.
please. I will just... You said that somebody, I don't know,
I said what?
maybe your image or your number is there. Please, sir, I don't understand. Not say what I don't understand.
What is it I don't understand there? That's what I'm asking. Is it the raffle draw that I said? Is it the raffle draw that I said that you didn't understand, Madam Jose?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a raffle draw.
Have you seen raffle draw before? Where
No.
all these, wait, madam, have you bought raffle ticket before? There are some people will be selling for their company that buy raffle draw 500 naira that you will win. Car, you will win a that happens in a large it happens when the population is very, very large. But when you have a population of 40, you have a population of 30, you can use your simple hello.
Hi.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I said you can only use that. You can only talk of that raffle draw when the population is very, very large. But when the population is just your 40, your 30, you can use this your simple ballot method. You can use that simple method that people will come and pick they will pick yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and you are good to go. Because all you need in that 40 is just 8 people. So that simply means among that 40, you only write 8 yes. And you put everything in a container and shake together, and you ask the whole 40 people to pick. Definitely, you know that it's only 8 of them that will pick yes. For the Hausa, they are 30, and all they need is just 6. They will write 6 yes, and they will write 24 no, and roll the papers and put them in a container and shake together and ask all of them to pick. Definitely 6 of them will pick yes, and the remaining 24 will pick no. Same thing will happen to the Igbos. Do you understand that method? Do you understand that stratified method?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about others, please?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay, fine. Oh, Jesus is Lord. Okay, so we talk about simple random. We talk about stratified method. I've explained stratified, whereby you divide your population into homogeneous group. Homogeneous in this case, like the population we use Nigeria for example, the homogeneous simply means Yorubas are homogeneous. So you pick all the Yorubas together, they are 40. The homogeneous, you pick all the Igbos together, they are 40. You pick all the Hausa together, they are 30 rather. Before, when you put all of them together, it is an heterogeneous population. But by the time you want to use stratified sampling, you are going to stratify them into different strata. Each stratum will be a homogeneous group. Each stratum will be a homogeneous group from which you are going to now use random sampling. So when you're talking about stratified sampling, it involves 2 steps. The first step is to first of all stratify your group into similar groups or homogeneous groups. You stratify them. If they are children, adolescents, and adults, if we can have aged, you stratify them into 4 different groups, different stratum. So the first stratum will be children, the second stratum will be teenagers, the first stratum will be adolescents, and the fourth stratum will be adults. You can even make it 5. Then you have the fifth stratum to be what? Aged. So that is the similar homogeneous group you can have among them. So it now depends on the population of each of these stratum in the main population. Then you stratify them. So we talk about most ethnographers rely on a judgment sample. Please, who is that now? Omonwe, your children are disturbing.
Sir?
Mute your mic, please.
Okay.
Mute your mic. The noise is coming from you.
Okay.
Mute your mic. Okay, fine, thank you. So most ethnographers rely on judgment sample. This is a limited number of key people selected on the basis of criteria deemed critical to the research question. For example, religious leaders who will be focused if research concern, for example, religious leaders will be the focus if research concern religious beliefs and practice. You get it? You just use your discretion. This issue has to do with religion. Then the people who have concrete information will be the religious leader. You have made your judgment. There's no need talking to other people. Those are your focus. Then that is being judgmental. Not that you know where you are going to. You have made up your mind. That is judgment sample. Judgment sample. These are the people that are the focus. Okay, you want to study anything on health. I need doctors. They will have, I need nurses. Hope you understand the difference between random sampling, stratified sampling, and judgment sampling. Do we understand that, please? Hello?
Yes, sir, but you're
Yes,
still
sir,
on
we
judgment.
understand you.
Smith, you said no. What happened? You didn't understand that? Smith?
So I didn't say no. I said
Random.
yes, but you're still on judgment.
Yes, I'm on judgment. I'm telling you, do you not understand? Simple random sampling, stratified sampling, and judgment sampling. Do you understand the three? That's the point I made.
Yes, sir.
And
Please,
again,
sir.
when you are looking
Please,
at
sir.
this judgment sampling, I'm hearing you, madam.
Please, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, in this stratified sampling is where you said that we should first of all set them according to homogeneous. If it is
Yes.
then before carrying on then random sampling, is it at the end of the sampling? I don't.
And then
Please,
of
sir, help me.
sampling.
Please.
When you have a population, madam, listen, please. When you have a population that is heterogeneous in nature, heterogeneous simply means that they are not the same. They are diverse. It could be as a result of age. It could be as a result of religion. It could be as a result of marital status. They are not homogeneous. When you are talking about marital status, you can have up to 5 groups. You can have single, you can have married, you can have divorce, you can have separated, you can have widow. All these are marital status. And when you have all these people together forming a population, for you to have them well represented in your sample site, you will have to divide them into homogeneous group. Meaning that you will bring all the singles together. That is homogeneous. You will bring all the married together. That is homogeneous. You bring all the divorced together. It's homogeneous. You bring all the separate together. That's homogeneous. You bring all the widow/widower together. That is homogeneous group. And those groups you have created, they are stratified groups. So from each stratum, because strata is the plural of stratum, from each stratum, from each group we have carved out, from each homogeneous group, you now use your random sampling to pick according to the percentage of those of each of these homogeneous group in your population. And that is what will form your population sample. That is what will form your sample size, rather. I think I've done justice to that. Yeah. I will say judgment is more or less talking about meeting the key people, what we call key informant. Is what we call key informant. Meeting a pastor, meeting an imam, meeting a priest. They are key informant. It's a method in research too. Key informant. You believe that they have information about what you want to do. So it's the same thing as judgment sampling. Do we understand?
Yes, sir.
Do we understand? Then we have some concepts here. We have what we call culture shock. Culture shock is you coming in contact with the culture you have not seen before and it gives you a shock. So that's what we call culture shock. For example, I don't know where you are listening to this lecture from, but I want you to know that there are some cultures that you will hear and you will ask, is it true that it is happening? I will tell you one that will shock you. There is a culture whereby if a female child gets to maturity or gets to puberty, is it the father that will confirm that my daughter is now a girl? Is it a shock? Hello?
Aye.
Is it a shock? Or have you heard of it before? There is the father that will confirm that the father will confirm that my daughter is not a girl, is not a lady. And it is their culture.
It is shock, but it's their culture. But depending on culture.
To people coming outside of that culture, when they hear that, they say it's a shock. They will have shock. That's what we call culture shock. In Benue State here in Nigeria, there is a particular tribe in Benue State that if you are married there as a woman and your husband friend comes visiting you, maybe spending 2 or 3 days, you will be the one sleeping with that's your husband friend. Like that is the cola. You will be the cola for your husband friend. It all depends on the number of days he's going to stay. You'll be sleeping with him. In Benue State, in Nigeria. Have you heard of that?
Yes, sir.
I've heard it.
I've heard of that.
But it's a shocking.
Yes.
It's a shocking.
It is.
So those are the things we call culture shock. So if you are a lady here, you are not married. Be careful when you are marrying from Benue. So you not become cola to your husband friend. So that is it. That's what we call culture shock. I just gave explanations. At least what matters most is for you to understand. Any person, including an anthropologist who goes to live in another society that is culturally very different, is likely to initially develop culture shock. That's just it. It's likely to have what we call culture shock. That is the feeling of confusion, distress, and sometimes depression that can result from the psychological stress that commonly occur during the first week or month of total cultural immersion. You'll be seeing things that are different. You'll be seeing things that are different from your own culture. There's a culture that women don't have personal husband. There are men in that culture are warriors. And once a man meets you, when they come back from battle, they come back home for recess. Any one of them that meet you first and come to your house, even if two of them meet you in the same day, and the first one that gets to your house first, he will, keep his sword outside into the sound of your house. Is maybe his arrow or things like that in front of your house. Even when the other one is coming to quickly come and meet you, once you see that weapon of you inside, of that man outside, he will go back home. That he will know that he came late. So in that place, women doesn't have permanent husband. They are just there to service all their men who are warriors. And anyone that comes to you and you say yes, you give him your address, or you come around, the other one will just sleep outside there as a guard, because he may not be able to go back to his house. That's another culture. There are different cultures that to you say they are barbaric. But remember, I told you not to be ethnocentric. So don't judge any man's culture as barbaric. Do you understand what is culture shock now?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then we talk about acculturation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We talk about acculturation. Acculturation has to do with you taking up other people's culture while you still maintain your own culture. Taking up traits of other people's culture, and at the same time, your own culture is still there. Acculturation is a process through which a person or group from one culture comes to adopt the practice and values of another culture while still retaining their own distinct culture. That is acculturation. With that, you can give example of your own, because we can't continue reading all these things till we have a long way to go. Like I said, thank God I've sent the material to you. We have a long way to go. I wish that the exam can be postponed. And if I can influence it, maybe it can be postponed. Will you like that? If the exam is postponed by 1 week?
Yes, sir.
Caroline, you didn't even allow me to lie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We want. Yes, sir. We
Please,
want it so
so
that we go through.
Let me see if it is possible. I just want to see if it is possible.
okay, sir. Thank
If it
you.
is possible, if I can talk to them and say, please, can we just by 1 week, let's have it next weekend, if it is possible.
Yes, if it's possible,
Let's have
sir.
it
Please,
next
sir,
weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
if you can do that, we thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
let's see if it is possible. Let's see. No problem. So acculturation, I think I've explained that, taking other people's culture while retaining your own culture. Is that clear? Okay, Caroline, you raise up your hand. How may I help you? Caroline, you raise up your hand. Caroline, speak now. You have unmuted. You raise up your hand.
Okay, it's about the postponement of the exam. If it is by next week, we'll be having our internal university exam by next week and upper week. So I don't know how that can be and how you can help to influence it. If it is going to let it be maybe next month or just
No,
leave it at this.
it can be next month.
Okay. But by
Okay, that we
next
should
week, upper week, we are writing our internal university exams.
next week. That is talking about this weekend is giving you Saturday will be 13. Are you saying by next week on the 20 you will not be available? If it is possible, I'm not saying it will be postponed, but if possible, are you saying by on the 20 you will not be available?
Yes, I'm not going to be available because I'm going to have my internal university exam.
Or which school is that?
University of Port Harcourt.
Uniport.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are one of the children of Oga Oranta.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, I'll answer about you right now.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
You are
sir.
in social work there.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know.
Sir, I'm inclusive.
Who is that talking?
It's Smith. I'm included.
Smith, are you in Uniport too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, oh, so that means there's no need for us to ask for postponement.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
not
Yes, sir.
it's not just about Yeah, because for us, I'm in 200 level, but it's just been back-to-back exams for throughout the week till next week. And then us holding this.
Is
Ewo.
that Otonte?
Otiente,
Is that
sir. Yes,
Joyce?
sir.
Which school
Otiente,
is
yes,
that?
sir.
Which school is
It's
that?
Emily Potter.
Uniport.
Yes, sir.
Are you not done with your exams?
No, sir. We are still on our exams till next week. And it's been back-to-back throughout this week till then. And the exams comes after, like the next day after our Friday exams.
Okay. Now you are asking for, but
Postponement.
Smith,
Yes, sir.
are you writing exam on Saturday?
I can hear you, sir.
I said, are you writing exam on Saturday?
No, sir.
But it's going to be Saturday now, 28th.
My exam is starting on the 26th, actually. But I'm not writing
So
on
now,
Saturdays.
but if I'm not saying it will be possible, just for you to have more room to read, to prepare for the exam, that's why I want to speak to the person in charge of exams and student membership. I just want to see if we can just write it on the 20 instead of on the 30. That's the point I'm making. And since none of you will be writing exam on the 20, if it is granted, then you at least you have this week. At least you have one more week to still do some reading. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that is possible.
I don't have a problem with that, sir.
Okay, I will call him now because you are meant to write the exam this Saturday, 13th, if I'm not wrong.
Exactly.
Yes.
And they haven't been
It's not a problem.
So if I can speak with him and that is granted, that okay, let's have it on the 28th. No problem, because it's going to be online and everybody will just have the exam and that'll be over. So let me speak with him. I can let you know after the class that I've spoken with him. It has been accepted, it has not been accepted. Or himself will announce by himself that the exam has been moved forward by 1 week. And that should be okay. I think that is nice, Abi.
Yes,
But sir, it's
sir.
not our current HOD now.
Who is that? I'm not talking about your HOD. I'm talking about the man in charge of your professional exam, this C-ISOWN exam. That's what I'm saying. Because it is not your school that is determining where you're going. Joyce, are you writing exam on Saturday next week?
No, sir.
You will have finished your exam now.
No. I'm not finishing it this week, sir. What I was trying to say was we've been having back-to-back exams throughout this week, from Monday to next week. So what I was trying to say was that I haven't even had the space to like go through the
materials you have.
Yes, I haven't had that space, sir. That's why I was like
So
glad
if,
you even brought up postponement.
okay, let me see. I pray it will be approved so that you can have time to yourself. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. No problem. No Allah. So we look at acculturation. We know what acculturation is all about. You know, all the others are stories about acculturation at group and individual levels. Group can have acculturation, take up other people's culture and still retain their own. Likewise, an individual can have acculturation, take up traits of other people's culture and still maintain it to our own. Then our acculturation differs from assimilation. Then assimilation is the process by which a person or group adopts a new culture that virtually replaces their original culture. Assimilation is total replacement. Acculturation is taking new and maintaining old. Are we together? Acculturation, acculturation is taking up new and maintaining the old. Assimilation is total forgetting your old to replace with new. Do you get it now? So we talk about acculturation, we talk about assimilation. Assimilation is completely, leaving your previous culture. And we said here 5 different stages and outcome of acculturation. We have assimilation, we have separation, we have integration, we have marginalization, and we have transmutation. Like we said, when we talk about assimilation, is you dropping your old culture completely and picking up. Is that these strategy issues when little or no importance is placed on maintaining the old culture. So you just discard your old culture and pick up the new one. Do we understand that? And when we talk about separation, that is when little or no importance is placed on embracing a new culture. So separation is the opposite of what? Of assimilation. When you don't see any need for you to pick up new culture. Then when you talk about integration, it is when both maintaining the original culture and adapting to the new one considered important. So integration, you maintain the two. Assimilation, you drop your old and take up the new. Separation, you don't see any importance in taking up the new. Integration, you combine the two. The two are marrying themselves. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Please. That you said that acculturation is when you accept new culture and maintain old one too, is the acculturation.
Yes, ma'am.
Then this intimidation, is this intimidation? Which one? Oh,
I said integration.
Assimilation.
Integration. You said, let me understand that, because it's just like this acculturation that explains. Let me get that integration again, please.
Integration simply means you are maintaining both new culture and the old culture together.
Is
Separation
it the same
simply.
thing?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
It is the same thing with acculturation.
You are good, Madam Josephine, because what we are explaining here is talking about 5 different strategies and outcome of acculturation. So all we are explaining here are family of acculturation. So when you talk about assimilation, you are dropping your old culture, you are picking the new culture. When you talk about separation, you are not interested in a new culture, you maintain your old culture. When you talk about integration, you are maintaining both. And that is what acculturation is also talking about. You pick new and you also maintain the old. So integration, thank you for your question. That means you are listening. So integration is also saying the same thing as acculturation. And when you come to marginalization, here the person is not even interested in either new or old. So such person we see is being marginalized. That person is not with anybody. It's a lone ranger. And that's when we talk about cultural exclusion. This strategy is used by those who place no importance on either maintaining their original culture or adopting the new one. So that is marginalization. And when we talk about transmutation, this strategy used by those who place importance on both maintaining their original culture and on adopting the new culture. But rather than integrating 2 different cultures into their daily lives, they ended up blending the 2 to form the 3rd culture. You get that transmutation? Hello?
Is it that integration that you are talking of now?
Madam, I've left integration since. I moved to marginalization. And I've even left marginalization. I'm talking about transmutation. I'm talking about number 5, transmutation. Are you not seeing the material on your screen, Madam Josephine? Hello, are you not seeing the material on your screen?
I need the materials in order to go it through. I didn't see it, sir.
I posted the material on the platform. I posted it before we started the class today. I posted the material on the platform, so please check it. I posted the material. You can go through it after the class So what I'm saying here is the number 5. We have talked about 5 different stages or 5 different strategies and outcomes of acculturation. We talk about assimilation, we talk about separation, we talk about integration, we talk about marginalization, and lastly, we are talking about transmutation. And we said this strategy, this transmutation, want to maintain both old and new. And instead of them to maintain both old and new, they blend the two together to come up with the third culture. And it is being seen as the blended of both the old and the new one. They just blend it together. You get it? Instead of saying, okay, I eat jollof rice. This culture is eating jollof rice. This culture is eating fried rice. And you like the two culture, what you do, just pour your jollof rice and fried rice together and you give it another name. That is blending of both old and new, and you give it another name. And that will be your, let's say, the new culture that you have adopted. Do you understand that? Are we still together? I'm not hearing you again, oh.
We are still together, sir.
Well, you're not talking now. Do you understand the transmutation, Caroline?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Smith, I'm
Yes, sir. No talk.
Smith, you are not
No.
talking.
Sir,
So
you
I'm
said
talking. I
that.
was the one
Okay,
that
you're having
answered
network
first.
challenge, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, you said that transportation is where you.
I never said transportation. Where are you going to?
Oh,
I said transportation, mutation, mutate, mutant,
Okay.
mutation, transmutation. I didn't say transportation.
okay, it's not. It's good I pronounce it now that you correct me. Transmonation is where you use you accept new culture and the old. You accept the new and the old, and instead of using, you blend them to form another culture by yourself.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma. Okay, we move again to what we call enculturation. I just, give the definition of this, then we move again. We have long way to go. Enculturation in anthropology refer to the process by which individuals learn the cultural values, norms, and practices of their society. It plays a crucial role in shaping individuals' behavior and understanding, allowing them to navigate their social environment with ease. So what you have done so far is enculturation, learning your own culture, and that helps you to fit in well in your society, knowing what is meant by, by everything in your culture. I strongly believe you are still learning part of your culture. You get it? So enculturation is when you process by which individuals learn the cultural values, norms, and practices of their society. That is enculturation. So you've heard of acculturation, you've heard of enculturation. So you know the difference between the two. Enculturation is the process through which individuals acquire the knowledge, values, and behaviors of their culture. It is an ongoing, like I said, you are still learning. It is an ongoing lifelong process that enables individuals to become functioning members of his or our society. Are we together?
Yes, sir. But we are this enculturation now, please explain that in acculturation again so that we join the meaning.
I said enculturation.
I understand the enculturation is the process where we are still learning our norms, values, and what of our culture. Then that acculturation is what I want you to repeat, sir. Sorry.
We have talked about acculturation a long time ago. Now, acculturation is the process whereby you learn new culture and you still maintain your old culture together. That is acculturation. I said it's still the same thing with integration. You learn,
Okay.
that's what we said.
Okay, it's what I said. I'm confused now. I get it.
Don't be confused. Don't confuse yourself. So, like we said, origin of the word, how enculturation occurs. How did you learn? That is how enculturation occurs. How did you learn your culture? It's by socialization, by observation, by language acquisition, by rituals and ceremonies. You get to know, by the time you attend different ceremonies, different rituals, you will know what is pertain or what is particular about your own culture. It is there you know that how wedding is being done in Igbo land is not the same thing in Yoruba land. Then you will know that marrying an Igbo girl from Imo State, you must check your pocket very well, because through the rituals of marriage among the Imo people, you know that your pocket will cry. You know the way it is being done.
It is true.
Well, I'm just giving examples in the class. Yeah. Joyce, you are from where? Joyce, you are from where? Port Harcourt, I
Calabar,
guess.
sir, River State.
River,
Yes, sir.
I know now, Port Harcourt, I know now. Yeah. So there are some things you are still learning. There are things you are still learning. You are learning. And that is part of your enculturation. And how you have learned is through socialization, through observation and imitation. You know, you learn by what you see other people doing and you try to imitate them. That is observation and imitation. Through language acquisition, you begin to learn the language. Some things you hear mommy or daddy say something, say, daddy, what is meant by that? She will tell you this is the meaning of this in her language. For example, now you hear akpa. Akpa in Igbo land means bag. Akpa in Yoruba land means a destroyer. You can see it. Yes. Akpa in Yoruba land means destroyer. Somebody who spoil things.
Yeah.
Akwa and Calabar means bad.
It is the same thing in Igbo land. Akpa means bad.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, it means the same thing in Igbo land. It means bad. And when you talk about Ekpa, Ekpa in Edo land means somebody who is stupid. A fool is looking like Ekpa. But Ekpa in Yoruba land is granite. Ekpa in Yoruba land is granite. So you are learning, you keep learning. And that is true enculturation. I think I'm done with that.
Then
we talk about cultural. Yeah, thank you, madam. Then we talk about cultural hybridization. Now, Caroline, have you heard the word hybrid before? Hybrid.
Hybrid.
Yeah, have you heard of that before?
Kind of, sir, but not too familiar with that.
Okay, I know, Caroline, you're in 200 level. Like my senior colleagues in 500 level. Smith, have you heard of the word hybrid before?
Yes, sir. Like,
what does that mean?
We have read hybrid computer.
What does that mean? Okay, computer. What does that mean?
So I don't know.
Okay. Okay, have you heard of hybrid dogs before? Dogs that are hybrided.
No.
When you bring your local
Like two
animals
dogs
and
together.
you crossbreed them, they are not of the same breed. The product of a crossbreeding is what we call hybrid. That dog do not look like local, it do not look like foreign dogs. That is hybrid. Hybridization. Cultural hybridization can be defined as a phenomenon that emerges as a result of interaction between different cultures. So the product of that interaction is what we call hybridization. This process has gained momentum with the increasing global transportation, advancement in technology, and widespread use of communication tools. As a result, not all cultural changes, but also the similarities and differences between cultures have become more visible. Interaction between cultures can occur in various ways, particularly through tourism. That is where people come around and you see what we call mixture of cultures, and some people will pick from here and pick from there. It happens through migration. It happens through trade. It happens through media. However, the main reason for cultural hybridization include the interaction between cultures as well as factors such as globalization, modernization, colonialism, international relations, social movement, and cultural activism. Why these factors contribute to the proliferation of cultural hybridization, spreading of cultural hybridization? Because as people are going, they are mixing other culture with their culture, they are gaining, they are dropping. If I come to your place now and stay some time, I will have dropped some trait of my culture, I will have imbibed some of your culture. That is giving us hybrid. I'm not, you know, we said above in this class that no culture is, what did we say? That no culture is on its own anymore. Thank you so much. That is the point you are making. No culture is isolated. And if I may ask, you must have learned something from your classmates that are not from River State. You must have seen some traits that you are beginning to do. If not from your classmates that are from the west or from the east or from the north, maybe from the internet, like we said, you must have adopted some traits of cultures that are not part of yours. And those are the things that contribute to hybridization. So you are your culture is no longer isolated. It is what you are doing is not only something that is limited to your culture alone. You have imbibed some other traits of other cultures. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is hybridization. And so many things cause that. So many things like trade, like globalization, so many things led to that. And we continue to have tourism, migration, media, all of them contribute to cultural hybridization. And you see people, like I said during the last class, fried rice is not our culture. Fried rice no be our own. Now, Igbo man will eat apple that is very, very strong. If you throw it to the wall, it will bounce back to you. That is what Igbo man like eating. Apple and put down palm wine, top and step it down. You get it? But if your children are not born here, even if they are born in Lagos where they don't eat apple like that, I will now give them apple, they will complain. Mommy, what is this? This is too hard. We ate this in the morning, blah, 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 blah. That is hybridization. They've inculcated, adopted traits of other people's culture. That is just that. I will also look at the impact of globalization. Globalization is making the world like a global village. And what are the things that are promoting globalization? Most importantly, you have technology. Technology is what is promoting cultural hybridization. Internet, books, things. You see somebody wearing skimpy skirt, you want to go and sew the same thing. I haven't learned from my students here. The ladies are now cutting their tongue, so the tongue will look like snake tongue. Have you heard of that? Is that not madness?
That one is too madness.
Have you heard of it, Smith? Have you heard of it, Caroline? That they just cut
I've
the front
not,
of their
but you
tongue.
said it in the last class.
They will cut the tongue, the front part of their tongue, and it will look like snake tongue. They are doing so many things that are alien to us. And there is an adage in Igbo land that says that once an abomination continues to become a culture. Madam Ebere, is it true? Once an abomination continues, it becomes a culture.
Yes, so people are saying it as culture.
Thank you. It used to be an abomination. You can imagine cutting your tongue. I could remember a lady telling me some years ago that you know that you need to test yourself to know if you are fertile even before you get married. You know what that lady is saying? That she needed to be pregnant through promiscuity and be pregnant and terminate that pregnancy, then she will know that she's fertile. Is that not madness? But those things are not part of us. They are alien to us. And all these are what we call cultural hybridization. Something that is not part of us.
Just like before, women are cover all their body.
But now they are walking naked.
They are naked.
Not only naked. I was coming from church on a Sunday like that. In fact, I hated it. I sat in the front and a lady was going, you know, I mean, the front of the vehicle, and all of a sudden there was this terrible breeze, and it just, you know, blew her blouse. My dear, my God, she was not wearing anything. She quickly pulled down her gown. I said, this is madness. In the broad daylight, in the morning. Pantless generation and braless generation. Is that not madness? Well,
Madness
don't let me.
generation.
Madam Josephine, let's drop it because we are becoming judgmental, and we've said that we should not be ethnocentric. But to them, it is a subculture. Did we talk about subculture in this class? A subculture is a culture. Yeah, it is a subculture. And some of these subculture, they are inimical to the existing general culture. They are inimical. Honestly, the problem we have in the society, talking about promiscuity, talking about rape everywhere, majority are the one contributing to it. Honestly, majority are the one contributing to it. And you can check the house, you can check the background, how it is the faulty background, family background. When you don't have a good grip over your family, over your children, and you give them freedom to do whatever they like, there should be limit to kind of freedom you give. And that is why I'm not saying all cultural hybridization are wrong, but there are some that we should, all these have destroyed our existing culture. They have destroyed most of our existing culture. Yeah, they have. They have destroyed most of our existing culture. There are some cultural solutions we have to problems that we have abandoned just because of paracetamol and Panadol and queen. There are some, solutions that we have in our own indigenous culture. I can remember in those days that women, after wearing their undies, they have this long underwear that will cover both their bra and their panties to their knee. That is what it's being called private part then, but it's no more private now, it's now public part.
Yes,
I'm not saying women should be dressing that way, but then modesty is key, is germane. No, we need to be modest. That's just it anyway. Then we look at the impact of globalization on cultural hybridization. It opens more doors to hybridization. It opens more doors. It exposes people to foreign culture that are not there. That is what globalization is doing, making the world like a global village so short that you can be here. You can imagine you are in Port Harcourt, I'm here. If I want to see your face, now all I need to do is to just open my video. I'll be seeing ourselves. I can run transaction from here and pay for a goods in US, in UK, anywhere in the world. That's a global village. Before now, if you post letter in Nigeria, maybe take it 3 months or 4 months before that letter will get to the place it's going. In fact, recently I was asking, do you still have 9 posts in Nigeria? And I asked, where are the people still posting letters? Are people still posting letters? I don't know, I'm sorry. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think they are.
I don't think NIPOS is still functioning. And we still have that what we call the general postmaster. It's a national position for the head of post office in Nigeria. That office is still existing. Although some people are still posting letter anyway. Some people are still posting letter, but I don't even know the last day I saw stamp, not to talk of posting letter. Caroline, have you posted letter before?
No, sir.
My, oh my. So let's see how far we can go. At least you can read up. Let me see if we can rush down to theory. Although I gave us a little explanation about theory last week. So we come to social theory. Like I explained to us, the theories are just there to strengthen your argument. Thank God I have Smith in the house. Smith, which story are you using for your project?
Sir.
Which story are you using for your project?
Bye.
Don't fall my hand up, Smith. You want to quickly open your system and see to know the theory you are using. Smithy, why did you mute your mic now? I'm asking question, you muted your mic. Eh? Guinea Meregi. I know you can't understand my language. You are not Igbo. Smith.
Yes, sir.
Why did you mute your mic now? You know the best way to learn is to use practical work. And as I'm asking, which method did you use? Or which theory did you use? Or which theories are you using in your study? Then you explain to us why you chose that theory and what that theory is doing in your work. Smith, we are listening. You know, this is 5:49. You have 11 more minutes to go. I'm hearing you. If not, I will close this class. Smith, you don't want to talk.
Please, sir, go on with that theory. Please, not my...
Yeah, don't worry. No, Allah, this is page 22 out of 32. I have tried. Don't worry. Even if I don't finish it, you read up the remaining pages on your own, 10 pages. I have tried. Okay, like I said, Smith don't want to talk. Sociological theories are the core and the underlying strength of the discipline. You know, like sociology, very, very key in the field of social work. Yes, till tomorrow, social work is still taking some theories from sociology, like Marxism, like conflict, like consensus theory. All these are theories from sociology. As well, sociological theories are the core and underlying strength of the discipline. They guide researchers in their studies. They also guide practitioners in their intervention strategies. And they will provide you with a basic understanding of how to see the larger social picture in your own personal life. A theory is a set of interrelated concepts. It's a set of interrelated concepts used to describe, one, explain, two, and predict how society and its facts are related to each other. Theory describes, explains, and predicts how society and its facts are related to each other. How the society is related to its part. What are the parts of the society? What are the parts? The society is what we refer to as social system. The social system. How is it relating with its part? How is the society as they are relating with the family? How is it relating with the economic? How is it relating with the political? How is it relating with the cultural aspect of the society? So this theory describes and explains how society and its parts are related to each other. If you pick, for example, capitalism or capitalist theory, where you can pick Marxist theory, which is a relationship between the economy system or institution in the society and the people in the society. You will see how Karl Marx explained the relationship between the economy in the society and the individual in the society. So the theory is there, and also that same theory explains, predicts, you know, and describe what the society looks like. You get it? Smith, please, can you explain to us the theory of capitalism according to Karl Marx, not according to Max Weber? Because what Max Weber said, he talks about Calvinist and capitalism. Calvinism and capitalism. That was the explanation of Max Weber. But look at it from the angle of Karl Marx. Can you help us out your understanding of Marxism? Smith, can you? Just in one word, can you? If not, let me continue. Can you?
Please, go on.
No problem. So when you look at what Karl Marx said about the theory, that is Marxist theory, he's talking about the economy situation in the society, that there is a conflict between two sets of people in the society, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. The bourgeoisie are the one that occupy the upper class. The proletariat are the one that occupy the lower class. And there is a middle class. These are the group of people that are working, helping the upper class to control the middle class. If we look at it in our society, who are the people in the middle class? Who are the people in the upper class? They are the owners of industries. The likes of Dangote, the likes of Tony Elumelu, the likes of Mike Adenuga. These are the people that we refer to as the upper class. The professors, the doctors, all of us belong to the middle class. And we are the one that the upper class are using to control the people in the lower class. So the explanation and the arguments of Karl Marx is that the resources in the society is being amassed by the people in the upper class. And they don't want the people in the lower class and the middle class to become upper class so that they can continue their domination in the society. Karl Marx said there is no amount of salary or wages you be given that commensurates with what you think you are contributing to the company. So to him, he believed that there is what we call excess profit, which the capitalist is reinvesting into their businesses. And with that, their businesses is growing at the expense of the proletariat, who are the poor people in the society, who has nothing apart from their strength. And the only salary they are paying out, according to Karl Marx, is just to keep you alive, to keep working for them. Is it true? Is that argument true?
Yes, it is, sir.
It is supposed to be true.
It's true.
So can you see what that theory has explained now? It has explained, and if you look at it, it has described the society in which we have found ourselves. And it is still predicting, as long as we continue to have capitalist society, that relationship will continue. In every capitalist society, look at it. For those of you in Port Harcourt, we have so many private schools where we have our children. If you know the money they are paying in those private schools, go and ask the teachers in that school how much they are being paid. That will explain to you the theory of Karl Marx. Is it true? You see somebody collecting 20,000 naira, 15,000 naira, and check what the children are paying in that school. 150, 200, 250. So you can see all those teachers, all those proprietors, all those owners of the schools, they are capitalists. That is just one theory I've explained to us. Marxist. Karl Marx. Do we understand that?
Yes,
Hello?
I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We understand.
Okay, that is just that. You say, Peter, I'm not having enough time to really, as I wanted, but at least I'm doing my best, and you will attest to that I'm trying my best. So let's just see if we can look at different theories that are put together. Let's see if we can see different theories we have put together. Okay, the first one here is conflict theory. And conflict theory is Karl Marx theory. Karl Marx is saying there is conflict. And that conflict is between the rich and the poor. That is what I've just explained to us. It's a conflict theory, saying that there is no peace in the society, but why it seems to us there is peace is because the bourgeoisie, the capitalists, because there is what we call the economic base and the superstructure. There is a diagram of a society, and what Kamas called the economic base is the capitalist lifting up the entire superstructure. It's like that the economic base is the foundation upholding the superstructure that is on it. So what are the superstructure we talk about? Religion, political, family, and the likes. Those are the things Kamal referred to as superstructure. And he's saying that what determines the happenings in the superstructure is the economic base. That means it is the capitalist that determines what happens in each family. They will determine what minimum wage will be. They will determine how many leagues we will go. You understand? So to Kamal, he believes that there is chaos, there is conflict in the society. And the conflict is between the rich and the poor, is between the upper class and the lower class. That is the conflict that Kamal was talking about. If you look at it, let's just read the fourth paragraph. Conflict theory is especially useful in understanding war, wealth, and poverty. The haves and the have-nots. Those who refer to the haves are those are the capitalists. There are different terms you can use for them. If you say the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, you are talking about the capitalists and the workers. So when you say the bourgeoisie, these are the capitalists. And the proletariat, they are those who doesn't have anything apart from their strength. Then if you call the haves, they are still the bourgeoisie. If you say the have-not, you are still talking about the poor, the lower class. Do you understand that now? So he said the haves and the have-nots, the revolutions, political strife, exploitation, divorce, ghetto, discrimination, prejudice, domestic violence, rape, child abuse, slavery, and more conflict. All these are examples of conflict-related social phenomena. Conflict theories claim that society is in a state of perpetual conflict and competition for limited resources. Max Weber and Karl Marx, the first one is Karl Marx, K-A-R-L, Karl Marx. The other one is Weber. It's pronounced Weber, not Weber. Max Weber. You get it? Although it is spelled W-E-B-E-R, but it's not pronounced Weber, it's pronounced Weber. So we say Karl Marx and Max Weber, were they alive today? Theory to study the unprecedented bailout by the US government, which have proven to be a rich-to-rich wealth transfer. It is rich-to-rich wealth transfer, not rich-to-poor wealth transfer. That they will have used their theory to explain what US is doing. It is only the rich that are friends with the rich. The poor are friends with themselves. If you are a lady here, and the daughter of one billionaire want to marry you in that Port Harcourt, the mother will say, not in this family. This gold digger, who is her father in this land? Am I saying the truth?
Yes, so you are saying
they will say, who is your father? There was one I learned about. This lady truly fell in love with this guy. She's from a very wealthy home. She was sincerely in love. And the father said, not in my life that you marry this guy. Who is his father? But daddy, I love him. To hell with love. And this guy told this guy, okay, let's play it out. Impregnate me. I know once I'm pregnant, they won't have choice than to allow me to marry you. And the girl was pregnant. And he told the father, hey, I'm pregnant. That's okay, fine. That is interesting. At least I didn't want to happen has finally happened. But because you are my beloved daughter, I will not want you to stress yourself in Nigeria here. From now, you go to US and stay with my doctor. We take care of you till when you put to bed. The girl was happy. Even the boy too was happy that, okay, at least our child will be a citizen, blah, 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 blah. The man called his doctor from Nigeria, terminate that pregnancy. The pregnancy was terminated and the girl passport was sent back to Nigeria to her father. She couldn't come to Nigeria again. That is how bad what we are saying here is. That is, it is rich to rich wealth transfer, not rich to the poor. Conflict theory assumes that those who have perpetually tried to increase their wealth at the expense and suffering of those who have not. Let me stop it there. At least you now understand what conflict theory is saying. Is it true? Do you understand what conflict theory is saying?
Very well,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, so thanks, sir. I need your material, please, sir.
I've posted it, Madam Josephine. It's on the platform.
Okay, sir. Thanks, I will look for it.
I'm on the way. Precious. I'm on the way, Precious. Are you not talking?
Sir?
Why are you quiet? Did you see the material I posted to the platform?
Yes, I saw it, sir.
So, Madam Josephine, the material is there. The material is there. So, please, let's just leave this. I've given you the idea. I still expect you to read, but I've given you the idea of what conflict theory is talking about. The second one is functionalism or structural functionalism. Another name for this theory is called consensus theory. It's called what?
Consensus theory.
What is the meaning of consensus, please? Consensus means what?
We don't know. Explain.
Madam Josephine, you should know, and don't speak for others. What is consensus? What is consensus? Joyce, I need to come to Port Harcourt to come and see all of you. At least come and greet Dr. Oranta and Dr. What was the name of this other woman? Dr. Mina. Do you know Dr. Mina?
She's no
Smith.
longer in Uniport.
I know she's now in River State University now.
Yes.
I have people there now. I have people in Port Harcourt.
Yes, I know Dr. Mina.
I know people in Port Harcourt now. I know Dr. Professor Oranta is a friend. I know all of them. There's another woman.
Consensus, let's understand.
I'm asking Madam Josephine, what is the meaning of consensus?
I don't know. I found not demand to know it.
Consensus means agreement. Until when we reach an agreement, a consensus.
Okay, thank you.
So for functionalism or structural functionalism is also known as consensus theory. Conflict theory saw conflict in the society, but consensus see agreement in the society. They believe that everything in the society is functioning well to maintain a whole. They believe that all the institutions that made up the social systems are working together to maintain the whole social system. The social system is the society, and the component of the society are the family, the political institution, family institution, economic institution, cultural institution, and that cultural institution is also divided into three. It's divided into religious institution, education, and mass media. But the three put together, they are sources of information and education. So if you look at them as four, you have the family institution, you have the political institution, you have the economic institution, and you have the cultural institution. If you look at all human society, these are the institutions that hold us together. And again, according to the consensus theory of functionalism theory, they believe they use human body as an example. The eyes, the head, the hand, the legs, that all these work together to maintain the whole system that is called body. And same thing, they functionally believe that every part of the social system is working together to maintain a whole, to maintain orderliness in the society. Although according to the functionality, they strongly believe that The orderliness you see in the society is not a willing orderliness. It is orderliness that is enforced on people through what we call ISA. Did I say ISA? Through what we call, I'm coming now, RSA. RSA, repressive state apparatus. Did you get that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did
Yes,
you get
sir.
that?
Yes.
RSA, repressive state apparatus. And what are the repressive state apparatus? The soldiers, the police, that is what the society is using to maintain, to give us fake orderliness we have in society. Because you know, if you misbehave now, maybe before your family will see you again, it'll be after 15 years. So these are the repressive state apparatus to pretend that there is orderliness in the society, because before you left home, your parents must have told you, remember the son and the daughter of whom you are, isn't it? Telling you, don't go and cause trouble. Even when somebody slap you, just come out and remove your leg and say, oh God, you step on my leg. And you say, I used to be, say, I'm sorry, sir. Now you will say, I'm sorry. Because the state apparatus, the repressive state apparatus are there for you to take you, and so to the conflict theory, they believe that the orderliness in the society is being maintained through what we call repressive state apparatus. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
That is it. Through repressive state apparatus. And they maintain the orderliness they have in the society. So, but according to functionalism and the consensus theory, just one, they believe that there is orderliness in the society, that every part is working together to keep a whole. Let's read the story. Let's read the first paragraph. The next grand theory is called functionalism or structural functionalism. These are grand theories, old stories, theories, conflict theory is also a grand theory. These are theories that have stood the test of time. They are being seen as grand theory. The next grand theory is called functionalism or structural functionalism. The functionalist theory claims that society is in a state of what? Balance. Can you hear? A state of balance kept that way through functions of society's component part. They say there is balance. There's no imbalance. There is equilibrium. You see what they are talking about? There's orderliness. There is consensus because the society's component parts are functioning well. Is every family that is functioning well? If not, that parents are telling their children, don't go out and cause trouble. There's money to buy Gary I'm looking for. You know what will have happened in the society? You know what happened during NSAS? You saw what happened when Nigeria was in serious commotion during the last NSAS. So that is just saying there is tension everywhere. But because of the repressive state apparatus, people are keeping calm. That's just it. So they say that there is harmony in the society, there is consensus in the society. This theory has underpinnings in biological and ecological concept. We're talking about the body. Society can be studied the same way human body can be studied. You know, I mentioned that they see it as something, as the entire, what, as a body, different parts working to maintain the balance of the whole. By analyzing what specific systems are working or not working, diagnosing problems and devising solutions to restore balance. Socialization, religious involvement, friendship, healthcare, economic recovery, peace, justice and injustice, population growth and decline, community, romantic relationship, marriage and divorce, and normal and abnormal family experiences are just a few of the evidences of functional processes in the society. And to these people, to this functionalist theory, they believe that everything in society is functional. They believe that crime in the society is functional. I made mention of that last week. Because if there's no crime in the society, the lawyer will die of hunger. The judge himself will die of hunger. They won't even have job. And like I told you last week, that what is the economic importance of mosquito? Somebody told me that the pharmaceutical companies are there for you to make malaria drugs. And there are pharmacies that will collect salary. And there are doctors that will diagnose and blah, blah, blah. So that talks about the economic importance of mosquito. And to functionalists, they believe that everything in society is functional. It's functional. It's functional. Society can be studied the same way the human body can be studied, by analyzing what specific systems are working or not working. So both working and not working is what they look at. Sure, functionalists would agree with conflict theories that things break down in society and that unfair treatment of others is common. These breakdowns are called dysfunctions, which are breakdown or disruption in the society, and it's part that threatens social stability. They agree that there is conflict, but they will also tell you that these conflicts are also functional in the society. That's what they call dysfunction. They are functional in the society. To them, they are functional in the society. They have the role they are playing. Aaron's collapse, the ruination of 14,000 employees retirement fund, the loss of millions in shareholders' investment, and the serious doubt it's left in the mind of US investors about the stock market credibility and reliability, which lasted for nearly a decade and are examples of dysfunction. All the problems in the society, they refer to them as dysfunction in the economic sector of the economy, but for nearly a decade are examples of dysfunction. Okay, I said, but functionalists also look at two types of functions: manifest functions and latent functions. The manifest function is intended expectation, while the latent function is unintended manifestation. I repeat it again. Manifest function are intended what? Manifestations.
Manifestation.
Why? Is that what? What did you say?
Manifestation.
I didn't hear that again, please.
So you said manifest functions are the apparent and
Intended.
intended functions
Intended
of
function.
institutions in society.
Why latent are the unintended, happenings in the society. So what the functionally, okay, you said what?
No, I said okay, I heard you now.
Okay, thank you. So what the functionalists are saying to us that manifest functions are the apparent and intended functions of institutions in society. Latent functions are the less apparent, unintended, and often unrecognized functions in social institutions and processes. To them, they have role they are playing. They have role they are playing, like we said, that they believe everything in society is functional. So the next one we are talking about is symbolic interaction. I think I also explained this to us, that we use these symbols to maintain orderliness in the society. We use symbols to interact. And the most common symbol in every society is what? I said it last week, is what? The most common symbol in every society is what? Who can remind us what I said it is? The most common symbol is language. Is it true? Language is a symbol in every society. Okay, like I said here, if among the Yorubas, or okay, among the Igbos now, and I said Akpa, the person won't take it seriously. He won't see as if I'm abusing him or her, because Akpa means bad. That is what he or she has grown up to know Akpa to be. But if I were to say that in Yoruba land and call somebody Akpa, the person will frown. What have I done now? What have I destroyed? What have I spoiled? So language is one of the key symbols in interaction. That's what we call symbolic interaction. If you look at it, he said that interactionism comes in two theoretical forms: symbolic interaction and social exchange. By far, my favorite social theory is symbolic interactionism. Symbolic interactionism claims that society is composed of ever-present interaction among individuals who share symbols and their meaning. That is all. That is what has kept every society together. Shared symbols and shared meaning. Share symbol and share meaning. If I tell somebody, Akpa, somebody in Yoruba land know that that child has spoiled something. And if you say Akpa, in Igbo land, they will be telling you bad. Those are the things that have kept the society moving. We have some other symbols. Our clothing are symbols. When you see a wedding gown, you know what it is. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
It's a symbol. When you see a lady in wedding gown in the market, you'll be asking, has she gone nuts? Because according to our symbolic interactionism, that gown is not meant for market, it's meant for church, wedding day. And that is how we have developed our society based on symbol. Is it true?
It is.
Others, have you gone to sleep?
It is, sir.
If you see a man with a ring on his what do we call that finger now? The one next to the smallest finger. Is that the index finger? No. Wedding finger, I don't know. Wedding finger.
It's wedding finger, I know.
Yes. If you see a ring there, do you know it's a symbol?
That he married. The person, he or
It's
she
a
married.
symbol that we have come to accept. You have learned it. Before you are born, that symbol was there. And through socialization, you have come to understand. If you see a young lady with a ring in the middle finger, what does that mean? Adaeze.
Engagement.
Madam Josephine, are you Adaeze? When did your name come to Adaeze?
Sorry, sir. I have think before you come out.
Okay. So you can see our life is built around symbols. Is it true? Our society is built around symbols. That is just the truth.
Yes.
So that's all about symbolic interaction, is it? That's all about symbolic. My God, I'm tired. I'm in the office as I'm teaching now. I'm sitting in the office. So we talk about social exchange theory. This one talks about what I get and what you give. Please let me just sip water. Let me pick water from my fridge. Oh my God. Somebody very tired. Oh, Jesus. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Caroline, can you explain what you understand by symbolic interactionism to me?
So, symbolic interaction, there are those who propose, they are called the interactionalists, or they examine how individuals and groups define or interact or interpret social society, something like that, sir.
That symbolic interactionism, you didn't even talk about symbol. You only talk about interaction. Interaction is based on symbol. According
Okay,
to symbolic interactionist rather. Interaction is based on symbols, and different symbols connote different information. In your society, even among your people, there are different symbols that mean different symbols that pass information to people. Is it true?
yes, yes.
So society is based on symbol, and that is what has kept us moving. That's what has kept us moving. That's it. Okay, let's look at social exchange theory. The remaining theory and second interactionist theory is social exchange. Social exchange claims that society is composed of ever-present interaction among individuals who attempt to maximize reward. Everybody in the society, we want to maximize reward while minimizing cost. So that's the social exchange. What do I get when I do this? That's what they call social exchange. Assumptions in this theory are similar to conflict theory assumption, yet have their interactistic underpinning. Basically, human beings are rational creatures capable of making sound choices once the pros and cons of the choice are understood. This theory chooses a formula to measure the choice-making process. That's the social exchange process. If the costs outweigh the benefit, they will drop it. That is talking about rational choice. If the cost outweigh the benefit, they will drop it. But if the benefit outweigh the cost, they will go for it. That is social exchange theory. If you look at the formula below it, it says reward minus cost, outcome, or what will I get out of it? What I lose by doing it, then that will determine your decision. That is social exchange theory. Do you understand that? Do you see that formula down there? Are you seeing that formula? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Do you understand it?
Can see the formula, sir.
You saw what?
We can see it.
Do you
we
understand
can
it?
see it, sir.
Do you understand it? What informs your decision is what you are going to get. If the reward outweigh the cost, you go for it. That is rational decision. That is rational choice. You know, and if the cost outweigh the reward, you drop it. That is talking about social exchange theory. Oh my God. 6 important theories in social work. Oh my God. Social learning theory, I leave it to that. Read that. System theory. Psychosocial development theory. That one has about 8 stages. Then we talk about psychodynamic theory. Then we talk about social exchange theory. We have already talked about that. Rational choice theory, that is still talking about your choice. You make choice. What is your choice might not be another man's choice. 6 practice model in social work. Cognitive. There's a difference between models and theory. Let me quickly say that, even if I'm going to close now. There's a difference between theories and models. Models talks about practical steps to solve problems. Practical steps. Why theories are what? Are abstract. Models are practical steps. Theories are abstract. So please permit me to leave at this point. This is page 31. Permit me to leave here. I will speak with the person I promised to speak with, and I hope that he will listen to us. You can chat me for any question. If you have any issue, just by the chat me, I will respond to it based on this material that we have prior to your exam. Thank you very much. I think I can take my leave.
Thank you, sir. You have tried, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Amen.
God bless you, sir. Strengthen you
Okay,
too.
thank you
Thank you,
so much.
sir.
Thank you all. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Yeah, please don't forget
Really,
discussing about the
thank you, sir.
postponement. Oh,
You said what? Who is that talking? Is
sir,
that
it's me,
Joyce?
sir. Yes, sir. I said you shouldn't please forget about the discussion with, I don't know.
I will pick my phone now and call after this class.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're grateful.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.